Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want us to discuss the first question of Biology 2022 August, the one they just wrote recently under the General Certificate Examination, GCE. Okay. So question 1 is coming from the first part of biology in grade 10, which is cell organization. Okay, so figure 1 shows cell division in animal cells. We can see a zygote, we have cell A and cell B, then we have the muscle tissue, we also have new cells here. Okay, then question A. Question 1A, Roman numeral 1. State the characteristic of living organisms being demonstrated in figure 1. Okay, so you remember there are about 7 major characteristics of living things. We have growth, we have reproduction, we have feeding, respiration, irritability, and many others. So now, amongst those characteristics of living organisms, which characteristic is being demonstrated here? So if you look at the diagrams carefully, from a cell to 2 more cells, then from this cell we have the muscle cell, from this cell we have again 2 more new cells. So this diagram is representing growth. This diagram is representing growth, where an organism is growing. Okay, so the answer for Roman numeral 1 is growth. Then Roman numeral 2, explain what has happened to cell A. Explain what has happened to cell A. So cell A has developed into muscle cell. So what has happened to cell A? Okay, to cell A, the things which happen to cell A is cell specialization. Okay, cell specialization as well as differentiation. So here, the 2 things which have been involved here: cell specialization, where it has been specialized to form what are called the muscle cell. Instead of it being similar to this, it has been specialized to be a muscle cell. So cell A has undergone cell specialization. Cell A has undergone cell specialization. Okay, so that's what happened to cell A. It has undergone cell specialization to form a muscle cell. To form a muscle cell. That's what happened to cell A, cell specialization. Then B, explain how the zygote in figure 1 can result into the formation of an organism through cell division. So here they want you to explain the cell organization starting from a cell. So in this case, for a zygote to form an organism, what happens is a zygote is a cell. A cell will change into a tissue. So a cell will form what is called a group of cells, group of specialized cells, which are called a tissue. Then a group of tissues forms what is called an organ. A group of organ forms what is called a system. And a group of systems forms what is called an organism. So this is what they want you to explain. So a zygote, which is a cell, can become an organism by going through these stages. One, the zygote will develop into specialized cells, which will be called a group of specialized cells, which are called the tissues. Then the tissue develop into group of tissues to form what is called an organ. Then an organ, a group of organs which work in a similar way will be called, now they will form what is called the system, and the group of systems forms an organism. So a zygote, the answer, you're not supposed to write this sequence, you have to explain in terms of paragraph. So a zygote will change to tissues. Then tissues will change to organs. Then organs will change to organs will change, or which changes to into systems. And then systems system changes to organisms. All these are taking place by the process of cell division, which is mitosis. So that's how a zygote develops into an organism. These are changes which will be taking place. The zygote, which is a cell, will develop into a tissue, tissue to an organ to a system, then to an organism. Okay, so that's what I'm supposed to write here. Then describe two life processes of living organisms and state the role of enzymes in the two processes. Okay, so the life processes of organism. Okay, so the life processes of organisms, of course, there are two. We have what are called, the anabolic reaction and catabolic reaction. So see, we want the first one. We have the anabolic processes. Anabolic process or reaction, if you want, you can use the word reaction. So the anabolic reaction is the breaking down of large molecules into smaller molecules. Now, the role of enzymes in this reaction is to catalyze the breakdown of large food molecules or food substances. So, anabolic reaction or processes is the reaction in which large molecules are broken down into smaller ones. The role of enzymes is to catalyze the breakdown the role of enzyme is to catalyze the breakdown of molecules. The breakdown of molecules. Okay, then 2, we have catabolic reaction. Okay, I've made it opposite here. Anabolic is a building block, is a building. So for the one I've written here is for the catabolic. Catabolic processes or catabolic reaction is a reaction in which large molecules are broken down into smaller ones. The role of enzymes is to catalyze the breakdown of molecules. That is called catabolic. Then now we go to anabolic. So anabolic reaction is the building, is a reaction in which smaller molecules are combined. Is where small molecules are combined to form complex materials. Form complex materials. The law of an enzyme here again is to catalyze. So remember, enzymes, they are just catalysts. They just speed up the reaction. So the role of enzymes here is to catalyze the reaction. So on both processes, the enzymes act as a catalyst. They just speed up the chemical reaction. So the role of an enzyme in these two is to speed up the chemical reaction. So here it speed up the the breaking down. Here it speed up the building, the building of large complex materials. Okay, so this is how you answer this question. Thank you for watching. But if you have not yet subscribed, please consider to do that as soon as possible. I would really appreciate your support for more videos, and you will easily be notified whenever I post a new video. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.